Hello, everyone. It's Melissa Faust from stampwithmelissa.com. Welcome to my weekly live video. It is Tuesday, June 24th, 2025. It is 4:30 p.m. Central Time. I'm live a whole half hour earlier again this week because my niece has soccer. So go figure. I am I love watching them play. It is like what makes my heart smile, but I'm looking forward to not having other things on Tuesday nights. So, oh man, yeah, I'm gonna look forward to that hardcore. Hi, Marva. Hi, Mom. Are you melting? Yeah. It is actually pretty nice out here in Minnesota. Not to brag, I'm not bragging. Trust me, we went through the heat this weekend. It was hot. It was really hot. So I stayed inside because my craft room is inside. It's in the basement where it's cold in the corner. I may have even had the space heater on for a little. Don't tell. Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you are joining me and jumping on. As you join, whether you are watching live or on the replay, please leave a comment and say hello. I do go back and look at replay comments as well and respond to those. So, welcome in, everyone. Okay, so first of all, I have to show you because it's just fun. Let's see if I can do this. Can you see? I bought orange pants. That's what I suppose I could have just stood up. That would have made a lot more sense. But 2020 is hindsight. Yep, that's what I was about to say. Hindsight is 2020. Brain. Maybe it's gone with the heat. I don't know. Anyway, I bought orange pants because I was running out of orange clothes to wear for my nieces and nephews' soccer games. Their colors, it depends. My niece is orange and white. My nephew is orange and black. But orange is a recurring theme. Their school colors are orange. So I needed more options. So I had to buy orange pants. Anyway, hello everyone. Yeah, it looks like it is hot everywhere. In Minnesota right now, it's 80 degrees. That is nice. It is nice and cool here. The windows are open upstairs because now 80 degrees like a month ago would have been like, oh my gosh, turn on the air. But 80 degrees today, when we've just come off of like 100-degree temperatures, it feels really nice. So anyway, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and flip my screen down so you can see my desktop. So let me do this and I'll remove that so that you can see everything, the whole shebang, the whole kit and caboodle. And we are going to play with this fun set today, Silly Safari. And I hope you are ready because we're in for a treat. I love this set. It was a little bit intimidating to me at first. Now I know you might be thinking, why, Melissa? It's cute animals. That's like your whole jive. And yes, it is really cute animals. I love the sentiments. There's a plethora of sentiments, animals, some fun leaves, some fun little accent pattern pieces here. I know low humidity here. Yeah, it's really nice in Minnesota. Maybe I'll have to book flights. Come and you could come to my niece's soccer game. Just get here in the next hour. No, just kidding. Anyway, I was a little bit intimidated because this stamp set actually does not have coordinating dies. And that's not the end of the world. But then I was looking and I was like, none of these animals have like a definitive end to their body either, right? So I came up with some really fun ideas for the set. I think you're gonna love them, and they can be transferred to any animal set, but you can also swap out the animals in the 4 cards we're gonna make together tonight. You can swap them out for each other. It's a really fun set, but this is actually a bundle. It comes with this 1 7/8. I'm gonna flip it this way, and I apologize because I know it's going to be shiny with the light, but I'm trying to pick it up where it doesn't blind you. It's a 1 7/8 inch circle punch. So we're adding this to our fleet of circle punches. So we've got 1 3/4, 1 7/8, 2 inches, and 2 3/8 now. So a good variety. I love that because we can layer. And so we are going to do that. Now for this week's class to go, I'm only asking that you have the stamp set. Anything using that coordinating punch, I am going to do for you. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at it in the annual catalog. It is so cute, you guys. And this is a $1 million set by Sherry Caspers, which means that Sherry reached $1 million in career to date sales with Stampin' Up. She got to help design a stamp set, and this is hers. So even better, right? And you can see this here. This is on page 83 of the annual catalog. It is so stinking cute. If you don't already have it, buy it now. It is photopolymer stamp set. I mean, come on, just look at how cute these are. And there's a couple of sentiments in here that actually curve and they coordinate really nicely with that 1 7/8 inch circle punch here. That is part of the bundle. Of course, you can buy them separately as well, okay? And I'll just add, this circle punch was not available. I believe it was the only thing that was in the annual catalog that wasn't ready when the catalog launched, but it's been available for a few weeks now, so you can go ahead and get that. So let's take a look at what we are going to make together today. I mean, come on. Hello, cutie. This giraffe card like has my heart. It's so stinking cute. I just love, love, love this week's cards. I want to make them like 400 more times. There's the zebra. Here's a cute monkey. This one is super easy because you can swap out those colored cardstock scripts. Straps. No, oh my goodness. Scraps or strips. Words. They're meshing together. And then this one, I kind of cased the catalog on this one. Let me show you the card that I cased here. It's this guy right here, and I thought it was really cute, but I did it with some colored squares instead, some cardstock square. Oh my, not squares. You guys, you're gonna just have to know what I mean today, apparently, because I can't talk. I don't know what's going on. All right, so we are going to make these 4 cards together. Let me try it like this. Get your act together, Melissa. I don't know. We're going to make these 4 cards together tonight. If you would like the card kits for these to make these at home, I am happy to send that to you as a thank you gift when you place an order with me this week. So if you order $50 or more before tax and shipping and after any Stampin' Rewards are redeemed by the end of the day, this Friday, June 27th. Pretty sure it's gonna, yeah, 27th. I will send you this card kit for free in the mail. It ships to you. That's for anybody in the US. You can place an order with me. My ordering link is shop.stampwithmelissa.com, or you can click the link in the description of the video and go shopping. Get some good stuff. The sweet sale is ending this week. Not this week. In less than a week, though. It ends on Monday. Like, hello, where did the end of June? What? June come from? You guys, I don't know what's wrong with me today. I am not like overtired. I don't know what's Jaloon. That's a new month in case you didn't know. Oh man. Yeah, Marva's with me. She said words are hard. I just don't know where they come from. I've never said Jaloon before in my life. I think that was a mix of July and June. Anyway. Okay, first card. We have got a thick, basic white card base. You guys, yeah. I'm not even going to apologize because this is me. We've got some cardstock strips here. This is Timid Tiger, Strawberry Slush, and Coastal Cabana. Good thing I'm a better crafter than a talker, huh? And then you're going to have a piece of basic white. Just to save a little bit of time with heading to soccer, I did go ahead and take care of this beforehand. So I stamped our cute giraffe in Tuxedo Black Memento ink. I colored him in with Darling Duckling blends, so the spots and then this little scruff part, the hair part, I did those with the dark Darling Duckling, and then the rest of the giraffe I colored in with light Darling Duckling. And then I heat embossed. You're going to have a basic black strip, and I went ahead and preheat embossed Hakuna Matata. Come on, start singing. I'm not gonna, but you can. Okay. So I heat embossed that with white embossing powder. So we are going to start with stamping because that's the best way to start. And we're gonna pull out our messy scrap paper because you guys, I should have stuck to 1/4 of this because I got pretty messes on like each part. It's just that I have flipped back and forth. So anyway, I am making some really good progress on it though. So let's go ahead. We're going to stamp some of the patterned backgrounds. Now, there's only 2 patterns. There's this triangle here, and then there is the little dash. It's not quite a dot. Oh, thanks, Nancy. It's not quite a dotted pattern. It's like a dashed pattern. So there's those 2, and I have 3 strips here. So I wanted another one. So I pulled in more of our, what is it called? A frond, I think. The leaf that wasn't a palm leaf. So I am just taking Coastal Cabana ink and doing some tone-on-tone stamping here. And I am stamping the triangles in Coastal Cabana ink on Coastal Cabana cardstock here. And I am doing them in a straight-ish line. I'm not like getting this perfect. The triangles themselves are not drawn like with a ruler. I don't think they drew them with a ruler. I think they kind of freehanded those. And I love the way they look. So I think, you know what? It's all right if these lines are not straight. They can be a little bit, you know, here, there, and everywhere. We're just adding some background just so we can have a cute little strip here. And actually, I felt quite honored because somebody commented on my Facebook post of this card the other day and they asked me what DSP I used, and I made it myself. So I was like, oh, that's not DSP. I made that. Like, isn't that kind of a fun thing? You can be like, oh, I made it. Yeah. Yeah, the squirrels are running wild in Jaloon. I mean, hello. Guys, next week's already going to be Jaloon. Okay, which is true because it's going to be June and July, so I'm not wrong. All right, we are stamping our fronds here, our leaf, in Strawberry Slush ink onto Strawberry Slush cardstock. That one, the leaf is way bigger, so it takes way less time because we don't have as much space to fill. So we've got that one. And then last but not least, we're going to do our cute little Timid Tiger. I love this in color. It's not growing on me because I always liked it, but it's definitely like coming around a little bit more. Like initially I was like, oh, okay, it's just a different variation of pumpkin pie, but no, it's so cute. It is such a fun color. Actually, Timid Tiger, I would say, is like the jersey color for my niece and nephew. So I do my best with my oranges, but I don't quite have any clothes that are Timid Tiger colored. So that's a shame, but it's all right. I'll work on it. Okay, so we are just adding then our little dashes here. Timid Tiger ink on Timid Tiger cardstock. And I'm doing mine where the dashes are longer from left to right. You could also do it the other way, where they are more right to left. And you can see it's a little splotchy in there, but I think it's all right. And if you want to go back in, you can twist this around. Add some extra detail, you know. They can overlap a little bit. Nobody's going to know. Just have fun. It's like a confetti stamp. Ooh, that would have been real bad. I think that was off camera, but I went to shut this and then I almost flipped it and then it would have gone over everything. Okay, so let's go ahead. We are going to assemble our card. And I'm going to put mine Coastal Cabana Strawberry Slush Timid Tiger because I think that Strawberry Slush is the brightest of these colors. Timid Tiger is a very bright color, but it's a little bit more muted. Same thing with Coastal Cabana. It's brighter, but it's not like a wow color. Like Strawberry Slush is just bright and beautiful. So I want that to be in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to just start here with my Timid Tiger strip, and mainly what I'm looking for here is that it's straight on the top. I'm just matching, seeing if it's parallel with the top of the card base, and then I'm leaving the same margin here on the sides, which I believe is like 3/8 of an inch, but you know, who's measuring? And then we'll take our Strawberry Slush. I'm not trying to confine these strips into a set amount of space, so really you can make these gaps, I mean, don't make them like this big, but you can make them as big or as little as you want to. If I were trying to like layer this onto a mat, I would do the two ends first and then fit the middle one where it can be truly in the middle, because otherwise I feel like things just go a little bit wrong. But because I'm not trying to constrain this, we're just going to go ahead and add that. So like, for example, if I had done this, but then my margin over here was like right here, and then I did this, like, I don't know. I think you follow what I'm saying. All right, we're going to add this Coastal Cabana one. I love that. I love these fun colors. You could even add a fourth color if you want. Where's my bone folder? Here it is. We are going to burnish our card base here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with our Hakuna Matata. And I've got a mix here of mini and regular size dimensionals because sometimes I'm just a little bit more confident with minis in these smaller spaces. So I'm going to stick a dimensional on either end. These are the minis. And one in the middle. And peel off the backings here. And then I'm going to lay this down. And it's going to be maybe a quarter of an inch or so from the bottom of that Coastal Cabana. Okay, and then we'll take our giraffe and we're going to add a couple of dimensionals to the back of the giraffe. And we're going to tuck. This is where I was talking about they don't have like a distinct end on their body. So I just cut across. I just cut that straight across. And it's going to get tucked under here. And I thought that was a really nice cover. We're just going to add our cutie little giraffe there. And then this card, I'm finishing off with our In Color Flat Pearls. These are the 2025 to 2027. So the new In Colors. Both Strawberry Slush and Timid Tiger. And actually also Darling Duckling, because that's in our giraffe. This card uses 3 of the new in colors. I didn't even try. Anyway, any of those would work because we've got that color already in the card, but I'm going to go with Timid Tiger here. So we're going to use one big, one little, and one middle. And that is our very first card. What do you think of this one? Isn't that kind of fun? I just think it's so, yeah, Julene. I think it's so easy to swap out those colors. And I love how that turned out. So let me go ahead and set those to the side. Let's pull out our second card, which uses our fabulous zebra. I love this one because it's black and white with 3 colors. It's like monotone. No, it's not. But I like the black and white. I think the black and white really pop with the Strawberry Slush, the Timid Tiger, and the Coastal Cabana. Could you tell I really had fun with this color combo? I really did. These are like the perfect summery cards. And you know what? I know that people have said that this is like a stamp set if you have kids in your life, but heck no, it's not. You could send me a card made with this set and I would probably fall over. I'd be so excited. And that's not an exaggeration, just so you know. Okay. All right. For this card, we've got a basic. You never even looked at this set, Lori. No. Well, now you are, right? This one, we've got a basic black card base. We've got a basic white layer. We are going to stamp our zebra on this. So I'm going to set that to the side. We've got a piece of Coastal Cabana here. Now, I wanted to show you how I did this. So we've got these fun mini embossing folders. This is called the Glass and Gardens embossing folder. It's a mini pack. So you get 2 of them in here. You also get this fun floral one. And basically what I did is I took this one. This one's supposed to be the glass, I think. And I have my Coastal Cabana piece and I lined this up in here. And there's a little black line here where the Stampin' Up! Logo is. On that side, there's a black line that goes across. And I don't know if this was actually the intention for embossing folders, but it comes in pretty handy. But I just lined up the edge of my cardstock with the edge of that line, and I scooted it back as far as I could. Now, the design does not quite reach all the way to the edge of the folder. So I didn't go all the way to the edge there, but I went as close as I could. Folded this, ran this through, okay? So I've got that embossed piece. Now, if you do take the class to go from me, I am going to send you this piece already ready for you like this, okay? But I wanted to show you in case you want to recreate this on another card. And then this is not the circle punch I used. I used the 2 3/8. This is the 1 7/8. But basically, I just went in on this end, and then I just centered it, right, from on the screen here, top to bottom, but from the card left to right here. I centered it and I just pushed in the cardstock as far as it could go and I punched that circle out, okay? If you want your circle to be a little bit lower, you could do that as well by using a die. That's an option, but I wanted to show you how I did that. I didn't even know Sherry Casper was from Minnesota. That's cool. Thanks for sharing that, Lori. Hey, Joan, welcome. All right, so this piece here is die cut. It's basic black rectangle die cut from the Textured Notes dies. I did go ahead and heat emboss that piece already as well. And then, could you tell I did all my fussy cutting ahead of time? And can you see how much fussy cutting I did for these cards? I love these cards. And I don't know what's happening with me. I don't know. Maybe Julene is my month to start liking fussy cutting. We'll see. That's going to be a forever thing, Julene. All right, so we've got 2 leaves here that I stamped and fussy cut from Timid Tiger and 1 from Strawberry Slush. You'll have the basic white piece. You'll go ahead and stamp and fussy cut these out yourself, okay? All right, so let's start with stamping. We don't have a ton to do, just our cute little zebra. And we're going to use Tuxedo Black Memento ink, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Coastal Cabana piece and I'm going to dry fit this. So there's no adhesive, but I'm just going to lay this like where it needs to go. And we're going to ink up our zebra. And I know it needs to go like right about here. So I'm going to carefully, I just pivoted my hand. I don't know if you saw that. I didn't really move anything else, but I'm going to go ahead and stamp this right here. Now, where the neck of the zebra is going to get covered by some leaves. So if it's not perfect, that's okay. All right. So we're going to close up our ink pad. And then if you eyeball this, see how we got that zebra in place? How fun is that? And if it were accidentally like this, like I said, those leaves are going to cover. So we'll be all right. Okay. All right. So let's add some adhesive. And if you don't mind fussy cutting, like truly don't mind fussy cutting, you could also just fussy cut that zebra and fit him in. You know what I'm saying? Okay. This has got lots of goobers, so I got to clean them out because that's just what I do. I don't know if you guys are like me, if you prefer like the tape adhesive. I always got to clean out all the little goobers. Okay, so that's that, and we can go ahead and add this to our mat here. Okay, that looks almost good. Scooch that over. There we go. That looks good to me. All right, so we've got that adhered, and then we're going to actually pop this piece up onto our card with dimensionals. Because why not, right? This card says, "Happy birthday, you party animal." And so we're going to obviously send this to a party animal, and that person likes dimensionals. Okay. All right, we're going to peel off all the backings here. And yes, it's a larger piece, so I did add extra dimensionals. You know, we just had to. And then we're going to center this on the card. Now, intentionally, I made this so it doesn't quite go flush with the top and bottom. You're going to have a tiny little margin. It's 1/8 of an inch, so 1/16 on either end. And then you're going to have, it's a skinnier piece, so it's not like quite proportional as you might think. So we've got a little bit of that basic black showing on the sides here, okay? All right, so we've got that then, and we can go ahead and take our leaves, and we're going to add some seal, and then we're going to arrange these right here like this. And it doesn't matter if they look funny when we glue them down, because we'll cover a little bit with our sentiment here. So we've got it like this. And it doesn't look too bad in the center, but it looks a little bit like, ooh, what's happening there, right? And so that's all right, because we got a sentiment that has to come in here. So we'll add our dimensionals and peel off those backings, and then we're going to stick this down. And you can choose if you want to go center, if you want to go over more. I like it kind of right here, so you can still see a little bit of that Coastal Cabana on the right-hand side. I like that look. And then we've got some strawberry slush twine. This is from the Pack Your Bags twine pack. So we are going to tie a bow. I am a twine girl. I really am. I asked that in, I think it was in my Facebook group a few weeks ago, if you're more ribbon or twine. I had a lot of questions about where linen thread falls. And I definitely think linen thread, if you're categorizing it as ribbon or twine, it falls in the twine category. And I love the stuff. I'm just a sucker for twine. Ribbon is nice too, but if I had my pick, like if we had every Stampin' Up! Color in ribbon or twine, I would pick twine. I just love it. It's so easy to add. You don't have to worry about a lot of bulk. So cute. And then it ties in so nicely. I love it. And then we're going to finish this one off with some iridescent pearls. So I'm going to grab one big guy right here, one little guy right there, and one more little one, and that's going to go up to the left. And that is our second card. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Look how fun that one is too. Hello, Mary and Vicky. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I love that card. I love all of the cards. I do not have a favorite this week. I really like all of them a lot, and I know I'm going to make a bunch more because I don't know. There's something about these cards that just like made me really excited. So this is our third card, our cute little monkey here. And it says, "It's your day, go wild." So that could be used for a lot of different things, right? It could be birthday or it could be something else. So for this card, we've got a thick basic white card base. We have got a basic white piece that I will emboss for you. Oh, look at that. There you can see it, that mini corrugated 3D embossing folder. Now that one's a little bit misleading because these are mini embossing folders. This one is actually like a full-size embossing folder, but it's called the mini corrugated. And when I first read that, I was like, hold on, that's backwards. But anyway, I think it's because the corrugation is closer. I don't know. I made that up, but you know, if it sounds good, we'll go with it. All right. And then we've got some strips here in Coastal Cabana, Lemon Lime Twist, and Timid Tiger. You will have a basic black circle punched for you. This is from the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. Then you'll also have a crumb cake circle punched for you. This is from the 2-inch circle punch. And you're going to have a piece of basic white to stamp and fussy cut some leaves. So I've got 2 here in Coastal Cabana and 1 in Timid Tiger. Okay. We do have some stamping and coloring to do together. So let's grab this crumb cake circle. and our basic black ink. And then I've got my monkey and my sentiment. We're going to start with the sentiment just to make sure we have enough space for it. And this sentiment, "It's your day, go wild," is already curved. So I just have to fit it in. I just, put it on my space, put the block on top. I didn't have to curve it, so that was really nice. We're going to ink up our monkey and stamp him. And I love this because you could swap out any of the animals here. But I thought that monkey was so adorable. So cute. And then I wanted to give the monkey a little bit of an extra, like, he looks good, but he could look better, right? So we are going to add some shading here. I am using my bronze Stampin' Blend. We are going to color right on top. Now I'm not doing any traditional blending here. I'm just adding a little bit of that color. So I'm not going to do his ears or the main part of his face, right? We're just adding some color. We'll do his body and then this other the outer part of his face. I don't know what that's really called, but this part that has it would actually have like the monkey fur. That's what we're coloring. And I have my scrap piece here because we're going off the edge and you never know what could happen, right? All right, so we've got that all stamped. And we can go ahead and start assembling. Hi, Jennifer. Thanks for joining. Okay, so we're going to take our, you know what? Before we adhere this down, we are going to add our strips because, we want to trim those off. So that's important to add these first. So I'm just going to add just a strip of adhesive here on the back. I'm not going all the way to the end because I intentionally left these longer. Let's start with our middle one this time. I intentionally left these longer so we could trim them off. I didn't want them to be too short and then it would be like this, right? So we're just going to make this a little slanted. And I started with the middle one and then we're going to go in with the top and the bottom. And these you could put in any order you wanted to. This is a great way to use up your scraps too. In fact, the pieces I'm using are scraps for me. I just grabbed them out of my bin. And these are all 1-inch strips, but you could use any size. Okay, and then we're just going to trim off any of that excess. And this is why it's good to put these down first. All right. Trim that and one more. Okay, so we've got those all trimmed. We're going to get rid of these. And water break. We are going to add some adhesive. I love this sound on this folder. Ready? I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it's a fun sound. If you've heard of like ASMR, it's fun. All right, and then we're going to add this to our card front here. Oh, thanks, Debbie. We can fold and burnish our card base. Okay, and then easy peasy, we're going to take our leaves here and add some seal to the back because these we're going to tuck under our circles. Okay, so I think kind of how I have them bunched here, I like it, but they are a little bit too bunched up for me. So I'm going to try to spread them out a smidge more. And I'm doing coastal and then timid tiger and then another coastal. Just have them like kind of spaced out a little bit more that time. This arrangement took me forever. It was the longest part on the card. I couldn't figure out quite where I wanted them. Did I want 2 or 1 or what? So I think this is good. And then we can add some seal to the back of the basic black circle and just cover that start of that collection there. Okay, and then our little monkey piece, our crumb cake circle, we're going to add dimensionals. Peel off those backings and add this. I liked that border here too. We could have done a skinnier border. We could have done the basic black with the 2-inch and the crumb cake with the 1 7/8, but I liked it to be a little bit thicker. So we've got that. Then we've got our rainbow dots here, and you can see I've used all the lemon lolly, but I have a couple left in the other colors. And so these ones here I think are actually supposed to be petal pink, but they look a little bit more orange to me. So I thought they were perfect for this. They're not quite a peach pie, which pairs really nicely with Timid Tiger, but I really liked these. So we're going to just add a couple of those right down there on our card. And that's card number 3. Look at how fun this one is too. I love it. I think it's so cute. I really like this set a lot. It's so cute. All right, there's that one. And last but not least, we've got this fun card here, which I kind of cased from the catalog. I just liked the idea with the circles, and then I ran with it, and then I looked at the catalog sample and reminded myself what they did. So anyway, we have got our card kit here. We've got a thick basic white card base. We've got a fun piece of DSP here. This is actually from the Floral Impressions DSP pack. We're going to use this pool party side, and the lighting is really not picking it up well, but it's got like some dots on it. I'm trying to look in the camera. I got to fix my... I shared about this. I don't know. I'm trying to pick it up. I shared about it in my Instagram story, but I have to switch streaming services, or I'm going to be switching streaming services. And I got to work on the lighting when I do that. All right. And then we've got these circles. I will punch these for you. These are all with the 1 7/8 circle punch. So we've got Granny Apple Green, Strawberry Slush, and Timid Tiger. And then we've got a strip of basic white for our sentiment. So let's go ahead and get started with stamping. And I am going to pull in my messy scrap paper here. And I'm going to start... We've got a lot of stamping to do on this card. It's not hard stamping, but we do have a lot to do. So I'm going to start with my Tuxedo Black Memento and my sentiment. We are going to ink up Woohoo, It's Your Birthday, and stamp that down onto our strip. I'm stamping it a little bit closer to the left-hand side. Oops, we're not going to close that yet. We are going to trim this down, but we'll do that later. I'm stamping it a little bit closer to the left-hand side. The right-hand side is going to get tucked under, so I'm going to cut most of that away, okay? All right, so then I've got my rhino and my Strawberry Slush circle, so we'll stamp our rhino down. So cute. And then we've got our Granny Apple Green. We're going to pull back in our monkey and stamp the monkey. I thought the giraffe would be cute, but I didn't know if he'd be a little bit too big. And then we've got our cheetah that we're stamping on Timid Tiger, because, you know, it's the big cat family. So that I actually did do intentionally. Oh, that would have been not great. That would have been bad. Bad news bears. Anyway, so we've got those pieces already. Let's trim this real quick, and then we are going to stamp on our DSP. So I'm just going to line this up in my trimmer, and I just look through the track to see if it looks good. And it did. So I'm just trimming it down like so, okay? All right. I'm going to pull in my chamois real quick, and we are going to grab our leaf that we stamped on the first card. I'm going to just clean that a little bit, and we're going to pull in our other leaf here too, our palm leaf, because we are going to stamp these on the background of our Pool Party DSP in Coastal Cabana ink, okay? And the last time, at least today during the live, this was in Strawberry Slush, so we needed to clean it. So I'm going to start with my palm leaf here. And we're just going to stamp right on the DSP, which is often something I forget to do. Do you remember that? I just never remember that you can stamp on the DSP, and it's such a fun technique. And I actually tried to piece together this card before I stamped on the DSP, and it just felt like it was missing something. So I went back in, and I'm kind of eyeballing my sample card here on where these pieces are going to go, just to make sure, you know, they can stick out. That's kind of the whole idea, but we are going to have some crossover, and that's fine with me. But I want to make sure that any messy middles are covered. So we're just going to stamp these all around, and maybe one down here. No rhyme or reason. You can add as many or as few as you'd like. Okay. All right, so we've got that all stamped, so we can go ahead and start assembling this card. Nancy, I'm so glad that you want this set. I did my job well, and these cards I really just love a lot. They're so cute. Okay, so we added some seal to the back of our DSP, and I'm just going to add that to our card front. We can fold and burnish. And then we're actually going to start with our sentiment. So I've got my snips here. On this left-hand side, that's what's going to be visible. I'm just going to get pretty close to the word here and cut just a slight angle, okay? And then anything to the side, it doesn't really matter. I didn't measure it. We're just going to chop off that side there and add some dimensionals to the back of this sentiment. Peel off those backings, and this is going to go on our card first. Now I want this to be pretty centered. So I'm lining up this lower edge, the farthest part out on our card. I'm lining that up with the card base, the edge of the card base actually. We'll go ahead and set this down, and then our monkey is going to go next, or whichever animal you want in the middle. So I'm going to flip this over so I remember to add a dimensional on the right-hand side. I'll add some seal on the left so it can connect with our sentiment here, and then we're going to stick this down. Now you can go in as far as you want. You can come out as far as you want. Totally up to you. That looks good to me. And then these guys we're going to add with seal or flat. With flat adhesive. Maybe that's what I should say. With non-dimensionals. And then we'll tuck these in here. Okay. So cute. And we're hiding any of those messy middles. Okay. Like that. So they're not perfectly stacked on top of each other, which is fine with me. They look pretty close, but they're a little bit off. And I like the look of that. So that works for me. If you wanted them to be totally like, you know, mismatched, you could do that as well. And then we're going to add in some opal rounds. We've got these fun clear ones here. So I'm going to add one big right here and one little right here. And that is our fourth and final card. Look at that one too. Isn't that fun? Oh, it's so cute. I love it. It's so cute. They're all just so cute. Okay, I know I've used that word a lot. But anywho, so these are the 4 cards we made together tonight. I hope you enjoyed them. I just really like this color scheme. I think that's got me really jazzed up too, because it's such a fun and summery scheme of colors, right? It's just beautiful. So these are the projects for this week. I hope you enjoyed them. Thanks so much for joining me. Thanks for hopping on early. I thought I was going to sneeze and then it turned into a cough. That was really weird. Anywho. Thanks so much for joining me early. And yeah, so next week I will not be live. July 1st, I'm not going to go live. Just a reminder of that, but I'll be back live with you on July 8th. Isn't that weird? I hope you have a great week of Jolene next week. If you missed the beginning of the video, go back and check that out, and you'll get in on that joke. Anyway, thanks for joining me. As a reminder, if you would like these card kits as a thank you gift from me, I am happy to send those to you when you place an order in my online store this week. So if you place a $50 order before tax and shipping and after any Stampin' rewards are redeemed, I will get you this card kit for free as a thank you gift from me. They will go in the mail on July 1st. So yes, I'm so glad you guys are like loving this set, because I like to do my research before I stamp with something. I just like to get a little bit familiar with how other people have used it, right? Do you guys remember, this is totally random example, but that bistro burger set we had like a year ago, there was a ketchup packet in there. And when I looked that up, nobody had used the ketchup packet. I think I finally found one card and I was like, oh, that's what that is. Because I didn't know. So anyway, I really didn't find many projects with this stamp set. So I really like how these turned out. I like that you can swap out the animals for whatever animal you want. This one does look really cute with that tall giraffe though. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed them. So thanks for watching. I will catch you next time. Bye for now.